Good morning. It's Saturday and it's time for our Lenten devotion today. This is the reading today is day 25 of our 40 days of Lent. Remember, we're a little ahead because at Orville Mennonite we're doing these 40 days in 34 days. Today's reading is Zechariah chapter 7, 1 through 11. It's a little similar to the passages we've read the last few days, prophets telling the people what God says, that you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing, taking care of the oppressed, the widows, the orphans, the strangers, the aliens, and as well as other things. This text is slightly different. It's a little later and is around the time when God started calling people back from exile, back toward Judah and Jerusalem. And so this text is a little bit of remember what got you here, right? And so that's a little bit of what we see. All right, Zechariah 7, 1 through 11. In the 4th year of Darius the king, the Lord's word came to Zechariah on the 4th day of the 9th month, Kislev. The people of Bethel sent Sherazir and Regemelech along with his men to seek the Lord's favor, saying to the priests who were in the house of the Lord of heavenly forces and to the prophets, "Should I weep in the 5th month and abstain as I have done for a number of years?" Then the word of the Lord of heavenly forces came to me. "Say to all the land's people and to the priests, when you fasted and lamented in the 5th month and the 7th month for these past 70 years, did you fast for me? When you ate and drank, weren't you the ones eating and drinking? Weren't these the words that the Lord proclaimed through the former prophets when Jerusalem was dwelling quietly along with the surrounding cities, and when the arid southern plain and the western foothills were inhabited?" The Lord's word came to Zechariah. "The Lord of heavenly forces proclaims, make just and faithful decisions. Show kindness and compassion to each other. Don't oppress the widow, the orphan, the stranger, and the poor. Don't plan evil against each other." But they refused to pay attention. They turned a cold shoulder and stopped listening. Oof. The song I've picked out for today is "When the Storms of Life Are Raging." There's no real connection other than storms, I suppose. It was a hard time when these prophets were speaking and what the people were going through, and largely of their own making, of course. But it still made it hard, and it was hard to be reminded of the faithlessness that got them there, and it was hard to learn the lessons that they learned. Just thinking of songs that speak to me this morning, I'm going to sing "When the Storms of Life Are Raging." When the storms of life are raging, stand by me. When the storms of life are raging, stand by me. When the world is tossing me like a ship upon that sea, those who rulest wind and water, stand by me. In the midst of faults and failures, stand by me. In the midst of faults and failures, stand by me. When I've done the best I can, and my friends misunderstand, Thou who knowest all about me, stand by me. In the midst of persecution, stand by me. In the midst of persecution, stand by me. When my foes in war array undertake to stop my way. Thou who rescued Paul and Silas, stand by me. In the midst of tribulation, stand by me. In the midst of tribulation, stand by me. When the hosts of hell assail, and my strength begins to fail, Thou who never lost a battle, stand by me. When I'm growing old and feeble, stand by me. When I'm growing old and feeble, stand by me. When my life becomes a burden, and I'm nearing chilly Jordan, O thou lily of the valley, stand by me.